Been a while since I've done one of these. Hello all, and welcome back to my channel, Drunk Crafts with Paige. I am Paige, and I actually have a couple of quick life updates for you guys before we jump into our craft. If you're not interested, feel free to skip ahead. So the last few videos that I have uploaded to the channel were actually done previously and were backlogged because I have had a lot going on in my life recently. I got married! Woo! I think you guys were with me when I got engaged. So a couple weeks ago on May 22nd, my now husband and I got married in our backyard, and it was beautiful and the best day ever. And so the week after, we went on our honeymoon to Vegas. And I didn't have a wedding planner or anything, so all of the details and preparation came down on me, the bride. But now that all of the wedding stuff is done and I can actually breathe, I am excited to be able to craft with you guys regularly again. So this week I am drinking a canned cider because we purchased our own alcohol for our reception, and we have a lot, and I mean a lot, of cider left over. So I hope you guys don't mind that I will probably be drinking cider forever. This week I wanted to do kind of a variation on a craft that we've done previously. We're going to be doing some alcohol ink art, and then we are going to be mounting it on this kind of wood canvas board. So if you are interested in seeing that, please continue watching. We have done a couple of pieces on these types of boards before, and this time I wanted to do a big alcohol ink piece, put it on here, and then resin over top. Now this is a 12 by 12 board, so I searched for some big 12 by 12 alcohol ink paper, and lucky for me, I found some. So we are going to be doing our alcohol ink part on here first, and then we are going to get to putting it on this board. Real quick before we jump into this, in case you have not joined us for some alcohol ink art yet, I'm going to go through some of the supplies. So here is our 12 by 12 piece of paper. This is kind of a synthetic art paper. You can't just use regular paper for alcohol ink art. It will absorb right into it. So you need this kind of glossy Yupo type paper that will allow the alcohol and your alcohol inks to kind of flow around and give it that beautiful look. In addition, we have our isopropyl alcohol. I have 91%. I would recommend 80% or higher. Going much lower than 80%, the alcohol does not really move or react the way you want it to. We also have our ink. I have a kit from Resin that has a bunch of different types in there, and I also bought some metallics that we might use as well, just for fun. Those are Jim Holtz. But I know that there are a bunch of different types out there, so you can use what works for you. I also have, with my alcohol, I have a little dropper to kind of disperse it on there. Some brands have a dispersing like pen. And finally, I have my heat gun. I like to use the heat gun to help speed up the alcohol drying process and to kind of move the inks around. Well, that's it as far as supplies. I did also tape down my piece just a little bit on all of the corners so my paper doesn't kind of fly about when I start going at it with the heat gun. The color for this piece is actually not terribly different from a couple of paintings that we have done. We're going to start with some blues and purples up near the top and work our way down into some red, orange, and then fade out into yellow. And I actually think I would like the blues and purples to be kind of skinny at the top, and then we're going to make it bigger and bigger near the bottom. So we're going to try to have quite a bit more of yellow here at the base. And I think I'm actually going to start there first, give my yellows a good shake. Just some dots of it for now. And I'm going to use my pipette to blot it on and the heat gun to move it around. Now we are going to move up to our orange. Do Do a little bit less because I want it to get skinnier and skinnier. So there's our bit of orange. Now onto our red. Do even less red. Now we're going to do our purple. Now let's add some of the blue. Well, this is the structure that I wanted to go from the yellow to orange, red, blue, purple, blue. There we go. I think I'm going to try to fan out some of these edges to make it a little bit wider near the base. And maybe I'll even try to fan out this top. Should we see about any gold? Ooh, I don't want to ruin it with gold. Well, I don't know, but let's go ahead and try, you guys. I like it. I'm trying to think if there's any place else that needs some like wisping out. We've got gold all the way up through the blue. It doesn't go quite to the end, but I didn't want the gold to go quite all the way to the end. Now for alcohol ink pieces, you have to let the ink and the alcohol dry 100%, especially in some of these like really dark places. It takes a while for the actual ink to dry. So we're gonna let this dry. Once it is 100% dry, I'm gonna hit it a few times with this Krylon Kamar varnish. Now this is a varnish that does not have alcohol in the ingredients, so that means it's not gonna mess up our beautiful piece of work. And then I may also hit it with some UV protectant just to keep the alcohol ink from fading over time. And then we are gonna start mounting it to this piece of wood. Our alcohol ink piece is totally dry, and I did go ahead and already hit it with a couple of light coats of the Kamar varnish, and I did also spray the back as well just to prevent any of this just leakage from when we did the alcohol ink art part. It kind of leaked on the back, and so I sealed that up as well, and we are ready to glue it to our board. I am going to be using a combination of wood glue and some Mod Podge. I'm going to give a nice thick coat of it on this wood, center my alcohol ink piece to it. I'm going to flip it over and add some weight to make sure that it sticks really well, and then any extra that ends up hanging off of the board we'll just go ahead and trim once the whole thing is dry. Our piece is finished. As you guys saw, I did go ahead and throw a resin coat on top, but that has cured. I have removed the tape, and it is time for our reveal. I really love the way that this big alcohol ink piece turned out, and my husband did point out that it's very close to a rainbow. We didn't end up using green, but we do have the red, orange, yellow, and then purple and blue at the end. It's about 90% a rainbow, but 100% happy Pride to you all. This rainbow piece I dedicate to my fellow LGBTQ people, and even if you are just an ally, happy Pride Month. So here is our finished piece. You can see that resin shine and the glints of gold that we added. I think it's so cool. So here are some up close shots of this piece out in the natural light. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it, and once again, happy Pride Month. Really, happy Pride all of the time. If you did enjoy the video, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe. All of my links for social media are in the description box below for my Instagram, my Facebook, and my PayPal. I'll see you guys all for the next video. Cheers!